Okay, alright. It is time to start something new and something very cool. Hopefully you're gonna get a kick out of it. Well, hopefully it's just good for the server, quite frankly, you know. It's just important to me in that regard. Now, for the longest time, I've always had plans to switch from using enchanting over to basically just farming magic books from villagers and such. You know, I have actually played with it offline. I think I mentioned it before in prior streams. And and having tried both methods now, I definitely prefer that. If only because there's some books I can only get there that I can't get. Like mending has become a huge problem for me. You can see I'm actually just about to lose my Silk Touch pickaxe, but I've got problems even just getting a new pickaxe in general. I need time to grind and grab more diamonds, but that's tough in and of itself. But there is ways to actually get around that. If you do enough trades with a villager, eventually you will get enchanted diamond pickaxes too. So in theory, everything could be solved by villagers, provided of course you've got an infinite supply of emeralds. And I think I know how to do that. I've done my research, and there's at least two really good paths for that. So I think it is time actually for me to go out to a village and set up some sort of enchanted book farm of sorts. Now, if you know me, you know I do not like torturing villagers in any way, shape, or form. I feel bad enough about, mob farms and such, but that unfortunately means that some of the more efficient ways to get, these books settled are just not available, but I mean, I'm fine with that. It's the way I play. We'll do that. So it does sort of make some changes for how I would lay the thing out. But also, the fact that there's now a highway sitting on top of bedrock in the Nether sort of changes how I was going to go about and create this actual bridge to that place. My original plan, basically, was to create another map covering the Nether target. Basically, you remember that I've got sort of that little landing strip behind where the Nether portal is to the safe area, right? Well, that, of course, I want to have some sort of map covering that area, and along with a little marker to be like, yep, I've got that. And obviously duplicate that map too to make sure nothing goes wrong. Then the next plan would be to visit the thing in the overworld. So visit the place in the overworld itself. So basically I would take the nice long journey from my second home all the way back to the village I was targeting. At which point I would create another portal, step through, and it would land somewhere in the Nether. Not entirely sure where. Of course, because of the Nether mechanics, it can actually move quite a bit within the Nether, which means it moves quite a bit within the overworld. But at the same time, that should be sufficient anyway for me to, triangulate based on the Nether map I've got and dig back towards where the destination is. All well and good, but again, now I've got that Nether highway, so maybe there's actually a better way to go about it. The new plan here is basically I go to the Nether, and now rather than sort of get my target, not from where I'm starting, but rather than go for where I'm heading to, I now go for where I'm heading from the Nether. It basically sort of instead of tunneling backwards from my destination, I'm now tunneling forwards to building stuff in the Nether towards where I would be going. Obviously there's no tunneling on top of bedrock. It's actually just building like an ice road of sorts. From that point, mark a couple of points in the Nether as well. Make sure that they actually show up on the map themselves. And more importantly, which I wasn't able to fit on the slide itself, actually make sure that they correspond to overworld points as well too. Once I've got that, I can actually use a bit of linear algebra to say, okay, I want this portal to pop up roughly here in the overworld. I know these 2 points within the overworld. I know these 2 points, their corresponding points within the Nether. I can then use that algebra to go along and boom, this is exactly where I need to be in the Nether. And I can do that by using the overviewer that we've actually got. In fact, might as well mark on forward in there. Here's the overview we've got at Satosis. Very handy sort of map that we've got. Sorry, I should make it overlay a little bit better what I'm talking about here. This is sort of the original spawn town portal. I am way off up in the boonies over here. But someone has actually made a creeper farm right down over here. And that basically forms two central points. I then make sure I've got a nether map, which would actually cover this basic area right here. All these ones. And then I mark those two, the creeper farm and the spawn town portal, on the nether map once I sort of go to where their portals are. And then from there, I do the math. You know, basically, there we go. You know, this is sort of what I get on my nether map itself. Now I could just basically take a screenshot of that and do a little bit of pixel counting between these two to get my 2 points on the pixels, you know, in terms of pixels itself. And then, with a little bit of linear algebra, boom. That's where I should build my portal in the nether if I want to nail that village that I'm aiming for. It's really quite simple math, and you know, it sounds like it's a lot better than the old plan, because you know, I know exactly right where I've got to go. I just build out the portal and boom, I'm there. But again, we're in the nether. We're building out over there, and if you remember my things back when starting my second home, those markers on there aren't necessarily the most accurate. It's kind of tough to actually get a proper sort of square off of them. So you can't quite trust them, which means that these coordinates could be off a little bit. But off a little bit in the nether is off a lot in the overworld. And this map has been zoomed out 2 times, so each pixel in here actually corresponds to 4 blocks, not 1. So 4 times 8 is 32, so even just 1 pixel off on this map corresponds to 32 blocks in the overworld, which is quite a ways off, so I could be quite some distance away. And so that means some tweaking to the new plan in case I don't land up where I go. Because you remember before when I was building portals, I wound up accidentally linking up with Silaxias. And that was a problem because, you know, I had to make this giant walk of shame back to my place. And yeah, it was annoying. So yeah, I have to sort of, you know, accommodate for the fact that I may not actually come out at the portal I expect. Now, in this case, in the overworld, this is a place that I've actually been to quite a bit. Where I started off on Satosis is pretty much right around in this area. I think it, you know, you've probably seen a little bit early on within the streams, so it's right around that area, right around where my first home is. But you know, let's say I accidentally come out at the creeper farm. Well, the plan then is basically, if I create a new portal, get rid of that one, because that could interfere with, you know, whatever I'm doing in the nether. Then in the overworld, just manually go and travel to the spot where I actually want the portal itself and build a temporary portal. This one's going to be on the ground, but because it's the closest one to the nether portal that's up there, it should actually just sync back perfectly. Unless someone's actually built like a portal down below, in which case... But, I mean, if somebody else has built a portal down there, they've probably built a highway to connect it to the main spot. You know, it's not going to just pop a new one out because I should be within the range of where that portal will go. And then eventually, once I've got a bit of an established, you know, area over there, I can actually tweak where the portal goes. Essentially, build up into the sky, since this is the nether hub, so I've got to go at least 64 blocks above sea level. Build my portal there, and then it'll just link back up, and all problems are solved there. If I'm relatively close, though, it'd be really handy to have some garbage blocks to basically throw out and build the proper portal there. And then actually I could go along and move the portal proper, so that it is, you know, back in the same spot where I want it. And then the two will link up exactly as I hope so. Of course, I've also got to make allowances for I might come out on ground, in which case, you know, I might have to do a little bit of movement and tweaking to get to the proper spot. But if I come out in the sky, that's obviously going to be very annoying. Hopefully, I'm within range of where I can go with like a garbage stack of blocks. If not... And of course, you know, I've obviously got to move the portal as well, so... If things go wrong, as you've seen on stream, this method, they tend to go terribly, terribly wrong for. But, with that, I think it's time that we got moving on this. Alright, I did spare you a little bit of me going along and gathering stuff, although obviously I've got some extra stuff in there. But I figure for this road, I'm going to need a whole ton of ice, and some slabs to go on there. Now you can see with the existing thing that's got here, people put all sorts of pressure plates down. The reason for that is to get rid of ghasts. Ghasts will spawn above any block where mobs can potentially spawn. And so if you actually have just unprotected blocks here, ghasts will spawn above it. Why don't they spawn above bedrock? Well, because bedrock does not really count as a spawning target. And so as long as you've got basically everything covered here with pressure plates, you're good to go. But what about the ice? Well, it turns out one of the advantages of just normal ice versus packed ice or blue ice is that it's considered transparent and mobs won't spawn on it. Had I gone with packed or blue ice, I would have to worry about gas, and thus I would actually have to put things on top of them. In this case, though, you know, I solved the problem with my nether tunnel by making it into a literal tunnel. Gas can't spawn within a tunnel like that. They can spawn above here, though, because there is no ceiling. So unless I actually build a tunnel around this, you know, I'm going to have to worry about ghasts. And if I build a tunnel around this, that's going to cause ghasts to spawn around, and they could potentially float around, destroy other things that are around here. No, bad scene. So I need ice, a ton of ice, basically, and something to prevent spawns. And pressure plates, they're nice. They're also fairly expensive. It's 2 stone to build 1. So, 2 stone to build 3? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't want to waste that much stone on it. But you see right here, just a half slab sitting on top of there. Guess what? Half slabs count as transparent blocks, and mobs will not spawn on them. As long as these are bottom slabs. If this had been moved so it was up top there, it would be considered fair game for a mob to spawn, and the mob would spawn. Not good. So it's got to be down over here. And that actually forms a fairly nice lip if you think about it. If I put a bunch of bottom slabs along there, I've got my lip, so I'm not going to fall off. But it's also it's not going to prevent any mobs, so I think it's a good alternative to what we've got here. So with that, probably get in the boat. Now, obviously, it would be great if I threw some pressure plates down there, and I'll have to come back and grab those. Grab back at a Soul Sand Valley. You're going to already see the marker I used to spot that. And here's the map proper. And you can see it didn't quite connect up over there. But alright. Now, there are some good advantages to this. Like, I don't have to worry about block counting or anything along those lines. Basically just build to where I go. There we go. Now, if I pull out the map, you can see that's nowhere near where I should be. I've got to be, you know, a lot further. Oh, a second. I've got to be a lot further. I've got to be a lot further to the right. Basically sort of like the southeast side of that cardinal direction there. More or less if you could draw like an imaginary horizontal line from the very tip of that arrow on the S to the very tip of the arrow of the east, you know, sort of in that sort of direction like that. Hopefully that's making sense. So actually it'd be like this on your side? Yes, it would. You know, and down so that it touches. The joys of mirrors. Alright. With that in hand, let's get building. I get too far ahead, so pop you out. And I think some blackstone. Now if I place you right there. Yep, there we go. There we go. Now, I did originally have some fairly elaborate plans to put a, you know, like markers and all that to sort of help me count blocks. And foolishly, I forgot to get rid of all these slabs within here. Basically, I was going to do a binary counting system every 16 blocks or so, just because I am garbage at counting things within my head. But, I mean, now that I've got the map thing, I don't really need it. And ironically enough, I probably should have, you know, ditched those slabs for conventional slabs, but that's okay. I threw everything into a ender chest, probably courtesy of Luna, so thanks to you, Luna. If not, thanks to whoever put that ender chest around there. Don't worry, I will be returning it. Let's see. Yeah, no, I got a ways to go. Alright, and with that, it's probably best just to sort of go like a long straight line. Like, if I throw blocks like this, Bridge of Death, gotta be more careful with my mining. I think it's more efficient to sort of go along like this. Pull things out. I mean, it does mean making many, many passes along there, but conversely, I can basically just hold and crunch at the same time. It's not the mental and gymnastics of going along and doing that all the time. So let's see. A, I can remember to switch back to the proper screen, and B, I can build along. Right. This is going to take a little bit more mental math than I thought, because get rid of that before he comes along and decides to spawn. Yeah, I mean, I'm right here, so not going to happen, but I do not know the wiles of the gridded things. Okay, so I'm just above the S. Go. Cast. I'm probably underground. No. Let's keep going. I was thinking maybe I should actually go to the proper spot and then pull up my map, but how exactly do you do that? You know, in the instance I pull up the map, my reference? You can see I've actually gone probably a bit too far, quite frankly. Okay, let's switch over to gentle. Loud. And switch. Something like that, I think. Alright, I think we're good to go. So, let's try building back. Alright, and fill it in, fill it in. We've transitioned back to Soul Sand Valley. Perfect. You can see I'm definitely running a bit low on blocks. That's okay though. Hopefully I can do this one right. positioning, nice. Well, if we pop out a new portal too, it'll actually give us a pretty vital clue about where exactly we should be moving this portal off. Well, where we should move this portal off to. Now, do I have to go further down one side, or what? Nice. I can make a dent off the blocks over here. So let's do this. I don't know if I'll have enough for all of them. Probably, quite frankly. Oh. Okay. I'm almost out of my half slabs, so I better go back and refill on that. That's okay. This is why I've got myself a speedboat. Okay, well, this feels a lot more efficient. Yeah, and I pretty much went through 2 stacks to get there. So, a boat, please. Head back and restock. That is one nice thing about these wide open spots. You really don't have to worry much about your aim. And this actually will be a good good time to show off the work I've done on the Overworld side of this portal. And yeah, I did do a little bit of work. Probably the main thing that I noticed, these are glass blocks and they're considered transparent, which means no mobs will actually spawn on them. So as long as I take the upper iron blocks, or blocks of iron, and throw carpet on them, these are not going to actually spawn, and I don't have to worry about spawns at all. So the cool, preview of what you're going to see down there, it's still there. So you can actually go through and check out all this cool stuff. And I completed all the carpet and all that. Alright, showing off. Yeah, there we go. It's looking a lot nicer. I got rid of those lamps too. I don't think it didn't really sort of suit the look I was going for, so yeah, it's kind of bare, it's kind of minimal. It'd be nice to have some hanging lamps coming off of there, but you got the lamp, you got the light of the portal, Good enough, I think. Alright. Let's delve into this borrowed ender chest. Slabs go. Slabs come with me. Now, I am running low on slabs. Let's grab myself, what, 4 hours? So I'm still going to need a fair bit more. Oh, let's just grab all the ice. Yeah, I'm going to need a fair more slabs to go with that. And unfortunately, I don't have any more of these slabs, but I got tons of blackstone. So, let's go and make ourselves some more slabs. Whee! That never gets old. I still feel proud about that little pressure plate thing right there. Alright. Oh, wait. No, I want you. Is polished brick? Yes. Since it's blackstone, it's really tough to even tell that there's anything non-trivial there. Yeah, there we go. That's plenty of those. fact, probably too much. And a fair bit of ice to go along with it. So I should be more than good enough at this point. Alright. Time to head up. Oh yes, and actually, I spotted this when I was passing through. We had an Enderman visitor at some point. I was like, where's all my... There's one iron golem right there. Second one over here? Alright, that leaves one more to find. And I think you... stuck down here right now. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So I still have the requisite minimum 3. Alright. Let's rise. Never gets old, doesn't it? Alright, till the Nether. Grab myself a snack here. And I should test this out too. Can I go off this? No, I cannot. That is sufficient. Nice. Alright. I got lucky then. This whole thing would work quite well. And another thing that would also work well is glass on here too. But I do not have that much glass. And I kind of have plans for the glass at that enchanted book farm, so as you can probably see from the status thing over there. Too much gab and not enough paying attention. Double checks. Yep, I definitely gotta move over more. Not gentle miner. Or gentle is about the date. Thank goodness I got boring tool. Alright. Last chance to tell. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Alright. Although, ironically, didn't I say, hey, you know, I think this is too close before? Well, obviously not anymore. Is it worth it, though? You know what? I've got a ton of you. Go away, please. Now this one I'm not going as far. I've sort of got to watch it a little bit closer for how far I go. That's actually really close. Alright, I've got to go about an arrow's distance below, I think. Almost there. So close. Right about there, I think. I was actually thinking of making an overlay for this, just to allow me to really precisely nail it. In the end, I basically decided, no, I was a little bit too close to cheat. But of course, I mean, here I am now, basically doing the equivalent of an overlay anyway. Maybe a bit north by 1, and maybe a bit close, you know? Honestly, I think that's close enough. Alright. Look on the draw. Oops. Now, there's a pretty obvious answer to, hang on, how am I going to build the sort of landing strip? Well, I'm going to layer it with half slabs, of course. So, the plan is basically, actually, hang on, that was probably a bit premature. Half slab, half slab, half slab like that. And then in here, the actual portal will go. Alright. Right in here will be the proper portal. And that will... Wait, do I even have enough blocks for it? Yes, I do. But I don't have enough spares. Mind you, the area that I'm spawning out into is a desert. And I know there's a lot of lava pools nearby there. So, shouldn't be an issue for me to actually go along and just, you know, grab a whole bunch more obsidian. I do, after all, have 2 buckets. Be right there. Put a pillar back there. Interesting. On the draw. And let's build you out. Now, I don't really need these 3 blocks here. Well, I guess for now, you know. Anyone who does want to carry on this can basically just go along, bop out those blocks, and boom, finished. Let's polish this off. Now it's working fine. Pop. And pop. There we go. Alright, now let's pull out that obsidian. Go. 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 Top slab right there. Obsidian on. All nicely saved then. Slab. Obsidian. Fine. Perfect. And now I can also get up there too. I can easily use, you know, some of my slabs to actually finish off what I've got here and make it look nice and pretty. Maybe grab some of the diorite and such and use that to sort of create like some texture across the top. Should have gone up. Oh well. Yeah. Gotta be at least 3. Yes, I should pop off the corner here. I've got 11, which is... that's enough for another portal. Alright. Flint and steel, please. Alright. Chance. Really close. Alright. Now, before getting too far, it'd be really, really tempting to just jump through this thing and go. I guess A. Do just a minor bit of work to make it look nicer, you know? So, bottom slab. Bottom slab. Something like that. And let's put a little step up there so you can actually get up or down if you need to. Otherwise, there's no way I could get up or down. Let's throw a little bit more on it. Not really, you know, it's definitely needs more texture and variety, but just like a temporary thing, sure, why not? There we go. Alright, last minute inventory check. Ice, very handy for actually building up to there. Remember, the goal here is to get some sort of soul sand to get to the top. I don't have any soul sand. For that. Okay, I've got some obsidian in case I've got to move the portal. Flint and steel is back. I've got some dirt for a garbage block. That. Terrible choice for a garbage block. But I can also use a bunch of polished slabs for garbage too if I must. Well, sand would actually be really nice to grab. Not. It won't take that long. Sorry about that, but brief detour. Don't worry, it's just my cunning plan to keep you all in suspense to see what exactly is going to happen. Am I going to fall flat on my face? What sort of garbage position I'm going to land in? Remember, you know, one block on that map is 32 in the overworld, so it's almost certain I am nowhere near going to hit what I want to hit. Alright, my soul sand, sadly, is down here. So, yay! So that means I can grab a quick nap. Don't need much. In fact, I don't even need that much, quite frankly. You guys go back. You go back. Take 2 just. Alright. Garbage blocks. Got a lot of ice, quite frankly. Find that pretty easy. Soul sand. Alright, what else am I gonna need? I've got my saplings. No, I do not. I'm going to be needing these suckers over there if I am going to do anything. Probably grab some scaffold back too. Should I tidy up that in there? Make it a little bit more obvious? Why not? Why not? Might as well keep you in even more suspense. Mohaha. Moha. And some black stone. Some polished basalt. As just spares. Alright, I think that's good enough. Oh. I could also just take one of these chests with me. I need it, quite frankly. Pretty much got everything I need right here, no matter what happens. You know what? Let's see if that's famous last words. Ender chest. Oh. Also, yeah, Sorry. Got that. Okay. I wonder if all streamers run into this sort of thing, or is it just because my setup's a little bit more sophisticated than most? There goes some skellies. A few spawns there. Spawns here. Alright. Time to see where we pop out. Ah, touchy. Alright. Water here in case I need it. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. This way. Oh. Ow. Okay, almost perfect. Look at that. Look at that. I'm practically within the town limits right here. I mean, can you really get anything better than that? How dare ya? My goodness. Alright, well. This brings back fond memories. This is my target village for where I want to actually set up shop and get all my mending stuff there. So, can I improve things? Yes, and if you think about it, you know, I don't want to go any further south than about here. So a wall should be going down through here. Which I guess means it just barely clips it. Yeah, no, I am technically within city limits with that portal. So in fact, there's nothing to fix. I nailed it first time. Oh, how often can you say that? But alright. Howdy, everybody. A lot of cool things I can do down here, although probably fill that in. That seems like a bit of a hazard. Oh, yeah, and you hear that brewing station too? Means there's a cleric nearby. Oop, howdy. Unreal. Large village. Center of it. Oh, and there's a ton of banners up there too I can use. My own. But in the meantime, we have something else to do. Hang on a sec, I also want to visit in here. This is the brewing station? Yeah, it is. Hey, Clark. What you got? Tons of rotten flesh for emeralds, redstone, dust. Probably should have grabbed some stuff from my place. Meh, that's alright. But alright. Let's head over here, because my plan isn't just to build things over there. I've also got a second reason for actually coming out this region too. Now, you've seen my second home grow and expand and turn into something, quite frankly, really awesome. You know, it's so much nicer than what my first home looks like. Hey. Sorry. Why turn down, you know, a little bit of black dye when you get it? Especially since it's not too often you see these spawns here. Alright, my secret plan's gonna have to wait a moment or two. Because, like, seriously, how rare is it to spot something like this? 14. Whew. Whatever, you are earning your weight. Pulling your weight. Okay. Alright, you will live to tell the tale. Or, right there, whichever one. 17. Oof. Fortune helps a ton. Yeah, but you remember my first home is a bit of a dive, and I don't really need it, quite frankly. You know, I really like what I've got with my original place. So, I think it's time to decommission my old home. Don't need it, don't want it, and honestly, somebody could, you know, really use, you know, if there's any new people on the server, they could probably, you know, use, you know, sort of a bit of a prefab home in some ways. You know, everything they need is basically in place for like mining and all that. They just have to sort of, you know, make themselves at home. And there we go. I have returned, including my little spruce thing, which for whatever reason will not go. Now look at that. There I am. Where's that village? I think that's a temple of some sort. So, but yeah, time for you to go. Oh, but I'm full. All right, that's okay. And now, of course, that I've got pretty much everything set up here. Fire charge. Wow, and I had a nice early map on here too on Setosis. Oh, now I can actually get rid of some of this stuff, or you know, pull in things that I want. All right, the blackstone I don't really need, quite frankly. Soul sand I am going to keep. Obsidian I am going to keep. That's fine. I am going to need to set up some sort of temporary boundary. Well, not really. I'm not really doing much work to the buildings in the first little bit, so I'll die out of that. Daisies. Okay, let's just get a little bit of dye out of this. I don't have a lot of blue, quite frankly. Oh, and light gray. I did not expect that. Alright, so cornflower, oxine, you go. The dyes, I don't much, quite frankly. But, I mean, handy to have, you know. Station you. Wood. Yeah, I feel so weird coming out here without any sort of wood, but no, I got plans. Bone meal would have been nice too. Probably should use that to set up for wheat. Yeah, hang on. And why exactly why not get a bunch of you? Why? Go in there, you go over there. I sit over there. Sandstone, yeah. Got a little bit of wool, nice. Been so long since I've been back here. Orange blue, some raw mutton. What am I gonna do with that puffer fish? Still just so weird, quite frankly. To sort of look back on this and go, what the heck did I keep? You know, what organization scheme did I have for all of this stuff? Brings back lovely memories. Oh, good. Oh, and orange terracotta I can get rid of. Soul sand at the moment, but I will be needing eventually. Union also will be needing eventually. Water I do want. I think I'm all good, quite frankly. Actually, the ice will come back for me. I know, it's a bit of a walk, but it's not bad in the grand scheme of things. You guys around just in case. Oh. Now, let's see if I'm the only one on server. Yes, I am. Alright, let's use Mr. Trusty Axe here. Save me from having to build a chest. And let's get back to work. Next thing is harvest glass. Bunch of inventory slots. Alright. Let's get a ton of sand here. Probably at least 2 stacks, more if possible. And then I'll use that to start constructing some walls. Or at least to save up for some walls. I suppose I am doing things a little bit out of order. But at the same time, it's going to take a while to form all of this stuff. So, farm it now, bake it while I'm figuring out what to do with various farms and such. Honestly, I don't think those split was very well thought out. I should have prioritized making a full sand. Good. Really should have prioritized farm of some sort. Okay. Alright, now I'm gonna want cobblestone that's in here. Because the goal here is to actually make got a ton of dirt. Great, that works out well for that. I need to put a furnace over in my spot. In fact, I probably need a bunch of furnaces, quite frankly. Fortunately, I don't think I've got everything I need. Build what I want, unless, of course, I don't mind sort of being patient and waiting for everything. Because it'd be great to have some bone meal. That would kickstart a farm. It'd be great to have... What else? I did bring the saplings with me, as you saw. That would be super handy. Ooh. Dirt. Everybody. I guess I can build a temporary thing. And a wandering traveler too. Why not? Let's see what you got on offer. Oh, yeah, and some emeralds would have been awesome too. Fire coral, cornflower, cactus, jungle sapling, orange too. Cactus? Not really what I'm looking for though. And we've got strays. Oh, that are... Oh yeah, and bookshelves. I keep forgetting. Yeah, but I really need to sort of set up a Fletcher thing first. Okay, so... pattern up. what exactly I'm going to construct. Fucker. A crafting table. But it's... electrostat? Well, it's only showing what I can do myself. I want a crafting table. Where's a crafting table? Alright, well. Some wood would have been great too. Hopefully you'll start to despawn. Yeah, there you go. On that, I got an acacia sapling now. Fine. Alright, let's find another acacia tree. Yeah. Oh, you're a nitwit. Alright. Can't all be winners. Start constructing rather quick. Perfect. I wanted planks. Oops. Let's just set up shop. Well, I've got a farmer, definitely, and I do want one at those points. Mainly because if you trade enough with them, you can actually get some melon trades, which many Minecraft players consider to be the best in the game overall. Tell you what, now, let's put it next to the portal. I'm filling you. I only wanted a stack or two. Oh, why not? Not gonna lie, that's kind of wild. Zombified pigman? Once okay, you're far enough away, I don't care. I mean, that still freaks me out, you know? Why exactly do zombified piglins come out, given that, I mean, they're good, quite frankly. Alright, oh yes. Did I forget the main reason why I came over here? Yes. Because of course that is me. Something like that. Alright. Something quite accurate. Thank you. Seeds can get, wood can get, for now. Pulsant I'm not going to need for a while. Dirt I will need a bit. Probably not obsidian and that. Bone meal is going to be useful. Boat should always be on me as an emergency thing. Slabs I don't need. You guys are going to be part of it. Okay. A bunch of planks, please. Crafting table. Let's see, it's getting a little late here. Cut off and grab me some shut-eye. Actually, there's a really nice house right here. Look at this, we got a nice step up and everything. Photography table, which means there's a cartography nearby. It's there, oh, but no bed. Mine. Oh. Just temporarily, please. That. Cartographer, oh nice. Trade me for an empty map. Okay. 24 paper is nice, but I don't have a lot of... There's the network. Alright. Look, everything's fine now. Okay. Let's get building. A bunch of these. You know, circle of life and all that. A bit of acacia right there. That I tore down. I don't know. Acacia would look nice there. Okay. Alright, time to break out the crafting table. Where do I want to set up? I guess over here, why not? Got some cows I can use to help make books. Means I just need to worry about paper. Good. Alright. Here. Now, I want to make a furniture. So, flint, birch planks. Huh? I should also just see if there is one. Wow, I got 2 brewing stands? No. You're an armorer. Toolsmith. Okay, nice. Okay. This guy, eventually, if I trade enough with him, will actually give me enchanted items. So, good. Alright. I guess what I need to do is start setting up some farms. Good spot in town for that. And there's a whole lot of nothing right here. Gotta be close to that. So, alright, tell you what. Let's turn this into a farming area. I want to keep the same altitude too. Why not? Why not? Let's do it. Okay. Well, probably the best way to get a ton of stuff is via a Fletcher's table and a bunch of birch. Let's switch you out. Dirt. And that's right, I want to right now. Going. As long as it's all the same plant, it should be fine. should get this fired up too. So let's build me a furnace. Operate, please. Two? No. I think two will be good. Back. Alright, do I have any wood? No. I'm gonna chew up my charcoal. There we go. I got some glass that I'm gonna be using to build my walls. That out of the way. Go back to setting up some sort of tree farm. This works. I mean, I've had mixed luck when it comes to actually building tree farms and such. You know, the underground one, which has only ever spawned one tree for reasons I cannot fathom. Build them. Merci. Or 3 steps is best. Or for my own farms now. I mean, I'll find out pretty quick. Good news is, too, if I harvest one of those things, it should still come back. So, I'll just have to sit and wait. And I think, especially when it comes to birch, it can be very, you know, very forgiving when it comes to how close or how far away it is. Okay, well, actually, let's do the experiment. These ones are now going to be 2 apart. Allow me to quickly determine which is the better planting thing. Bircha. Let's add you. There. Right. Good. Now, I mean, I've got a ton of flint sitting at home. Sorry, my normal home, but I don't like about this setup right now is if I'm going to be building a farm, I want to be able to sort of go along and just go nuts with an axe. And right now I definitely cannot, because everything is at very different levels. So even if, you know, I am right about the 2 distance, it's not going to work out. I'm going to have to do some rejiggering anyway. And to be honest, that's not too bad. I mean, I wanted to collect a whole ton of, you know, sand for my own purposes, and what best way to do that than to tidy up all of this and use that to collect. Mow down all this with sand. Make sure there's a nice way to get up to there, of course. And now, cross fingers. One of you guys should grow. Any day now. Okay, bookshelves. I've got to plan out that route too. Lectern, I think, requires a bunch of slabs. Pick your levels. Cleric, yeah, okay. You look like a Fletcher. No, cartographer. Okay. Everybody here out of curiosity. Cleric, no. Cartographer. Cartographer. Okay. Pretty bad. Okay, well, I guess while I'm waiting, I need a lectern. That requires oak slabs and a bookshelf. And a bookshelf requires 3 books and a ton of planks. And a book requires a bunch of paper. So I am going to need something to share. Why you're so happy to see me. Hey, look. One of you grew already. And this is why you plant so many of those suckers. But now I'm deathly curious how many of those are going to grow. Now that you've popped up, are you going to prevent you ones from growing? There's really only one way to find out, and that's to wander away for a bit. Focus on getting some sugar cane. Nice though. What are you? Gonna. Alright, let's head for the coast and see if I can find some sugar cane. Hey, turtle. There we go. So I've got a couple of strands here. Boat. Boat. There we go. Okay. Part of a cliff, yeah. Alright. So how much sugar? Start. Water bucket's good. Alright. And now I've got 2 trees. Spaced 4 from one another. Okay, well now that I'm relocating down, of course, I go so far afield for it, I forget that, hey, there's a nice little biome back over here. Okay. I want this to be within my city limbs. That means... right through here, quite frankly. Get out the shovel. And I'm gonna need... probably just a trench of water, quite frankly. Alright. Water buckets. And can't pick you up, unfortunately. But alright. Dirt. And sand. Oh, it's that picky. You do that. You go in there. Come there. Go there. Really good. Back. Select. There. You go there. There. You go there. Alright, well, I've got to take a bit of a quick break, so I shall be right back. Sorry about that. Just needed a restock on my tea. Alright. Back to work. Alright, you guys are spinning away. I now have You guys are basically all grown. And yeah, you can see that these ones, even though they're too close, even though they're only, one step apart, did grow. So I can really pack these in. Good to know. Alright, you guys are growing. Do I have... No, I don't have any grain, but that's okay. You guys are all mature. Mercy. Let's replant you now. Alas, it would have been great if I had a hoe, but did not think to bring it with me. But that's okay. If I'm making books, I also need cows. That means you two guys, you need to make babies. Good baby cow. Good. Okay, but I gotta wait a couple of minutes until you're done. Thanks. So. Yes, I can. Alright. Polish you off. And at the crafting table, I'm gonna pull you. A ton of glass panes. They are gonna form my walls. I'm tinted too. One thing at a time, one thing at a time. I do need some yellow for that. I'll have to go and see if I can find some sunflower. Oh, you poor nitwit. A hilarious comic too, where basically it was a Minecraft villager coming home. Why you get those nice green vibes too? Come along, good, good, good. Still bacon, good, good, good. See, this could have been made a lot easier if I had grabbed a bunch of paper and all that. Now, heck, I even have, like, completed bookshelves, too, quite frankly. Oh, you don't think of these things. Me all your wood. Bam. Alright, now I'm not going to replant these ones yet, because remember, I wanted to try and move this down. But this is one reason why I love my birch. Is, generally speaking, if you actually go through and collect all the saplings which come out, you actually come out ahead overall. Like I'm actually going to wind up with more saplings than I used to plant all these trees originally. So the harvest is self-sustaining. Sweet. But okay. enough of this for now. Let's pull out the shovel. Get rolling. Perfect. Grab a couple more saplings since there's a ton of them hanging around. One thing I also love about going around here is getting all the sticks that drop down too. I, for some reason, always seem to be fairly bad about picking up and grabbing sticks, so just a little boost, I think, helps me out a little bit. And oh yeah, look at all that wood. I'm almost full on wood. Alright. Just as I finish that off. Alright, if we're going for compact and efficiency and all that, probably best to put them into a cube of some sort. Pull on up. Let's stash some things. What am I not gonna need? Acacia, no. Dirt's doing okay. Map, no. Definitely gonna need dirt and dirt. Yep, you can stick. Scaffolds. Not them all. I think my farm is going well enough. I don't need any sort of bone meal at the moment. Get out of there. No, I do want to keep wheat around. Oh, you're good. And, oh, should probably stock you. Oh, and the sign can go. Probably about time to throw a bit more. Alright, let's grab some of this, please. Well, it's definitely time to grab as much as I can from here. But it's also time to check on the group. Alright. Check on the cows. The youngster has grown up. Oh, you're still growing. Alright. Alright. Let's switch you out. But I want you to... because I'm going to need a ton of charcoal, quite frankly. Yeah, that birch log is just not... oh well. You know, something like that. You need a bit more. In there? Okay. You guys are desperate for more. Oh yes, and I want to refill the water. Or this way can I go? As far as I want. Alright. I need more bamboo. A lot more bamboo, quite frankly. Sand. And you know, enough. Flash. Oh crap. So weird. Come with me. Oh, I bet you there's some grass in the way, of course. Go there. Go there. Come there. You go there. Come there. 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 And boom. Alright. Oh. Just in time. Oh, wait, hang on. I'm gonna shoot. There you go. Oh, just the babe. My wheat. Still growing? Yeah. These will be good for now. Getting some. Not yet. Okay. Time to tear this up a little bit more. Sun is rapidly setting. Some stars coming in. Perfect. Alright. I'm gonna head back and get myself a quick rest. There, little kitty. Yeah, see, look at that. Green particles. Okay. Alright, back to work with my farm then. Gotta go. Thank goodness I got my spare miner with me too. Cut this all out. Floating tree. Not every day you see that. Pretty much full right there. And I should get planting. Actually, that's a little bit too far. Yep. Vertically. Saplings, please. Start for now. So I'm full again. So go back and cook a little bit more. Take the charcoal I've got. Go. Making more charcoal. Big glass. You, burn you. Take all my acacia flakes too. That's good enough for me. Furnace. Oh. Stone hoe shall be sufficient for my needs. Down. Go in there and you grab all you. Last a bit. Hang on a sec. It's been long enough, I think, that I betcha ones are ready to breed again. Grab you and you. And boom. Alright. Running so much. Stop being weird. Alright. Back to work. Dirt. You are of little use to me then. Go there. Go there. Me. Go there. There. Go there. You get a tree, and you get a tree, and you get a tree, and you get a tree. Have enough room to collect all this stuff? Looks like it. Sweet. Okay. Good enough. Alright. I got a distinct feeling you're a bit too close over there. May need to actually open this up a little bit more. Well, honestly, I should probably just play it out, see if the experiment works, as figured. Alright. How's your work? Nice. Kill the YouTube compression. Switch to or computer. Now it's grinding through all this stuff too. Dude. Nice. All right. Already growing nicely. Actually would be quite handy. I'm a little weirded out that I haven't actually put any in. Oh yes, and I should also collect some of this, plus go to my hole. Two seeds. You do a hole though. Grab all of you. Right. Excellent. Got like 6 wheat I can use. Like my bed of cows. Got some adults. Oh, that's good enough for me. A ditch though. Sand. Perfect. Pop you back up. Back up. Do I have any wood I can throw in there? No, that will need to be rectified. Alright, Mr. Nitwit. Swap your spot again. This time I'm gonna borrow. Just hope you don't mind. Store a bunch of sand for me, please. Thank you. There you go. All happy and healthy. Finally, I can take out some of this. I've got 11. Nice. Mountain. Okay, cane. There we go. Maximize all that grows. Go back and collect more of what's missing here. I demand more birch. Now, one problem with putting them this close is you don't get back necessarily as much birch as you put in, which is a bit annoying. Let's see how bad it gets. Yeah, should put a bit more birch logs on the barbie. Birch log. Still too early, huh? Alright, well. Alright. I have to stash more of this glass. What else can I stash? Seem right. Well, boat I'm not going to use for a while. This stuff I'm going to convert into something useful. Charcoal I'm going to need. Stone. You're garbage. Wheat seeds, I could use you. Goldie, I'm not going to use. I don't want to break Gentle Miner, so. Yeah. Alright. Back to work I go. This is growing into a really nice farm. Now you can also see none of these have popped up yet. But I think it sort of suits my hypothesis that those are just too close to the wall. I'm going to have to move them out. But another way to test that hypothesis is via this line right here. If either of these two pop up, I know I can get within one of a wall. I should be cool. I can actually put you on a path? No way. Huh. That's cool. Oh, we have some sandstone. Left, huh? Right. Need a Fletcher's table at some point. Yeah, but I still got room to build more. Oh, although I should check on the cows. Gonna grow. Don't think I wasted that, but that's alright. The stuff grows on trees. Oh. Oh, that's holding out quite well, I think. Get a bit late, so let's tend to harvest over here. Actually, runs as yeah, okay, whatever. Two babies, 3 babies, 4 babies. Me. Oh, you are out. Unfortunately, I don't have anything to put in you yet. That's alright. Yellow flowers. Got tons of red here. I think yellow actually suits with the desert theme a lot more. Oh, here's a few yellows. Perfect. Now let's get out of here before mobs start farming. The running thing. Look at all that sand. We've got a crafting table. Give me a ton of yellow dye for you. Alright, well, I am running low on things to grab there. So let's switch. that'll do for now. You saw nothing. Alright. And do I have one stack of you? That's fine. Dire need of more charcoal. There you go, you get all that. And please. Go out, please. Blackmail is just... You get all of it, why not? You get all that. I want all you. Pretty good. Alright, let's trade some of this stuff out. Some nice walls there. Got a ton of dirt I can do. Oh, and birch saplings. But... You need to worry about a Fletcher table. Good. Alright, and you come with me. I got enough to spare. Or they just went. Oh, I guess it disappeared. Alright, whatever. Alright. Birch sapling, go down there. And look at that. You grew over there. Much of anything. So, to me, that suggests I need to dig down through here. Up these a little. So, let's tear you all up. Alright, that hopefully will make a diff. Alright, and let's keep on with this. Put you in, throw you. Sandstone, yes. Going really well. But you guys just grow for... Oh, wait. How about you guys just grow for a little bit? I'm gonna go off and try and find me some flint. 2 places, 2 of them to make a Fletcher's table. Now I could, go all the way back to my first home over there and see if I can raid it, but one nice thing about water biomes is they tend to have gravel. And I've got super shovel here. Well, that's some fun. There you go. Didn't really sort of ruin the environment either. And now I've got, drum roll please, 20. More than enough. Oh hey, some yellow flowers. Come with me. Elms? Getting a little ridiculous over there. Yep, there we go. Now you have grown out. Perfect. Oh, look at that. This in. Works. Alright, and now I can start making paper. Perfect. So all of you. Like that, I get paper. 9 sheets of paper. And I want all the yellow dye you got, please. I got 1 slice of wheat, though. That. That. Back in. Okay. Well, I don't want to turn all of these into panes. But let's be honest, I need a lot of panes if I'm going to surround this entire area. More wood to throw in, and I do need to harvest some wheat. So, let's switch. I could borrow some hail bales, but not really self-sustaining, quite frankly. Look, and some of that's already matured. East. That has not, sadly. Okay. You. You. Good. How much wheat is that? 6. Good. Use that for a bit more breeding. The last thing I do before I grab me a nap. That's good enough for now. Alright, anyway. Alright, let's build us a Fletcher. You can pretty much call it a stream. Ah, yes, I need some planks. Okay, well. You know what that means. You can see I'm starting to run low, too, because I'm not bopping these to regenerate them. Unfortunately, there's a really handy thing. If you get rid of all the wood in the vicinity of these leaves, they will just automatically break and fall to the ground. Unfortunately, you basically sort of have to clear out all the wood that's around in this region for it to work. Up to 7 there. That's decent. And yes, I did get some logs. Good. Alright, so logs. Convert you to planks. No, I want me a Fletcher's. One will be enough for now. Somebody want to get rid of your tree. I want at least one cartographer around here. Clerics, I think, is okay. I prefer more. Okay, about you. You know what? Bam, we now have a good Fletcher, potentially. Lead, thank you. Alright, now I gotta figure out. Cleric, no. I'm gonna claim this job site. Goldsmith, nope. Maybe that was a bad place to put it. Switch. Watching table. See, I know there's some folks wandering out this way. Okay. You. Nope, no trade. Perfect. Yes, you are a Fletcher. Perfect. Emeralds. Emeralds and gravel for flint. No, I don't want that. Sorry. You are a terrible Fletcher. You're unaffiliated? Let's give you back. Perfect. That's the trade I wanted. Alright. Let's go now and get a little bit of wood. right. I'll craft all of you into birch and birch planks. Craft all of you into sticks. What to ditch? What to ditch? Yeah, nothing. I'm gonna trade. Alright, Fletcher. Excellent. Thank you. Nice doing business with you. There's two, though. Alright. Alright, I think I've hit my limit. I got myself a Fletcher, who is, quite frankly, the biggest money train here. Not getting much luck getting birch leaves out, sadly. That's alright. Take a look at this massive farm right here. All that. When I harvest that, there's going to be a lot of good stuff coming due. So, that is for another day. In the meantime, pretty good progress. I mean, I got super lucky with that portal. But now I got to worry about basically building up this thing and getting a proper, and building up my farms here to actually get to a proper enchanted book farm. So with that, I shall be seeing you later.